Hello?
Believe it or not, old phones are one of the most common pain points in offices today. Many of these phones are beyond repair because parts aren't available to fix outdated devices. Whether it's a traditional phone system or cloud-based VoIP technology, Hamilton Business Phones can help upgrade your connection. We make it easy to sync your office phone with yourself for seamless call handling, no matter where you work. If your current office phone can't do this, you deserve better. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Whether you're looking for a place to stay for a concert at PBA, a Nebraska home game, or just a night on the town, the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket is the place for you. Enjoy an evening at one of many restaurants or bars within a short walking distance. Business travelers at the hotel will enjoy free high-speed internet access, a 24-hour business center, and large in-room workstations. And check out the bistro, where you'll enjoy healthier food and beverage options, as well as high-tech conveniences. Book your room today at the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and our annual spring sales event is now underway. We have absolutely huge savings right now at Koppel. New Sierras and new Silverados have a double whammy. Choose from APR starting at 1.9% or discounts over $9,000. Yes, that's right, 1.9% APR or discounts of over $9,000. So please take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street just south of the interstate, or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
Several irrigation contractors in Lincoln go out of business every year, leaving sprinkler system orphans begging for service. The folks at Judson Irrigation shed a tear for these little fellas. They've been coddling these orphans for more than 40 years. From redesign, repairing, replacing, and restoring, remember the Judson Irrigation Orphanage.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
24/7 threat monitoring, expert tech support, streamlined communications. Allo has a solution for that. Protect your business with Allo Business. Comprehensive firewall security, Microsoft Teams voice integrated communications, cybersecurity and IT support managed by experts. From productivity to peace of mind, Allo has a solution for that. Allo means business. Protect your business by visiting allofiber.com/business.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
This is the Happy Hour.
You guys going to Happy Hour?
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America.
Yeah, I'll come for a couple.
Here are your hosts, Nick Sainert.
Without having to spend.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
C is for chunk.
Brought to you by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome in. This is the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert and Rico with you per usual. Rico, what's up?
Yeller.
How's the day?
So far, fantastic.
Have you been outside? I know you've been on air.
I've not been outside. I stood in the window and let the sun hit me, but I have not been outside since the sun came out.
I was sitting outside in our little patio area.
You getting some work done?
I was. And it was beautiful.
Awesome.
It was one of those, it's one of those days where it might be a little chillier in the shade.
Yeah.
But still comfortable in the shade. But man, when you get out in that sun, it feels good.
Yeah, I put the hoodie on this morning because it was a little chilly. And Rachel goes, you're going to wear a hoodie? And I go, I'll take it off later. I haven't taken it off because I haven't been outside.
Well, it's comfortable outside. It's beautiful outside. 402-464-5685. The Honda of Lincoln hotline and the Starter Heyman text line are open all show for you guys. If you can hear us, you have found your way to the video stream.
Hello.
The video stream, the website, theticketfm.com, the mobile app, or the Starter Heyman Jewelers live video stream.
There it is.
Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. and Allo Channel 961. All avenues for you guys to get into the show and find out what's going on here on the Happy Hour. Huge thanks to our Empire Fence and Netting friends for their support of the show. As always, got a good one lined up. Nebraska baseball continues to struggle against the Creighton Blue Jays. They give up another 9th inning lead last night against the Blue Jays. We'll talk about that, talk about where Nebraska needs to go, and a little bit of this weekend as they prepare for the defending Big Ten champs, Maryland Terrapins, at home at Haymarket Park this weekend. Then 1:30, we're going to have Steve Marik of Inside Nebraska on the show, as we do usually every Wednesday.
As long as he can swing it.
He had a chance to sit down with Rhule Worcester in the last 48 hours or so and talk to the future Nebraska point guard from Utah, the Utah Utes transfer. I really am intrigued by Rhule Worcester just because of his experience, the amount of games that he's played in. I think that's something that you can kind of, at the point guard position specifically, Nebraska needed.
Veteran leadership, very important.
Somewhat desired.
Has Rhule Worcester ever thought about getting a NIL deal with Worcestershire sauce?
Maybe.
Worcestershire sauce. I don't. It's a hard word to pronounce.
Worcestershire,
and his last name is Worcester, right?
It is
Worcestershire sauce.
There it is.
I'm just saying.
I'm the NIL deals, I'm sure, are going to be available for Rhule if he plays well.
If anybody has their own Worcestershire sauce and decides to hit him up, first off, you're welcome. Second, I want to be part of the commercial shoots.
Want to be part of the commercial. That's all Rico asked for. So, I mean, I think there's that. They also obtained the commitment of Gavin Griffiths yesterday afternoon.
Our new goggles,
no longer Wilhelm Breidenbach, but instead it's Gavin Griffiths, former Rutgers guard, was the 23rd ranked recruit out of high school for Steve Peichel. Steve Peichel's recruited really well, just hasn't been able to either keep guys on the roster. One of those is Cliff Amori, who's still in the portal and down to just a couple of schools. But then also, if you look at this year, he has 2 of the top 4 players in the entire country coming to Rutgers next season. So Gavin Griffiths is now going to be a Nebraska Cornhusker. And there's intriguing pieces to Gavin Griffiths, a pretty good shooter. Stats don't jump off the page, just averaged about 5.8 points per game last season with the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, but saw action in 32 games. I think he made 3 starts, if I remember correctly. But the big piece for Gavin Griffiths, for me personally, is similar to where Rhule Worcester is an experienced guy, 70-plus games as a guard. Gavin Griffiths has 3 years of eligibility left. So now we can spin it the other way to where Nebraska is going to be pretty senior heavy this next season. They lost Jamarcus Lawrence, who was going to be a junior next season and such. And so
he committed to Rhode Island.
He did, committed to Rhode Island yesterday. But now you're going to look at a team going into next season with Jawan, with Bryce, Rink Mast if he returns,
potentially
a couple of other guys. Aaron Eulis is on that team or on this list as well. Potentially other transfers in that. Nebraska is going to be pretty senior laden,
I would say,
next season.
Do you think, and this is a question for everybody, I guess, 402-464-5685 Honda Lincoln Hotline, Sutter Heyman text line. Do you think that the next few transfers that we see Nebraska bringing in are on the younger side with more years to play, or some elder statesmen to kind of stack the deck for a run this year?
I just think it's so incredibly difficult to continue building or rebuilding your team.
But you're going to have to, especially with what you're saying. You're so senior heavy with this.
You are. That's what I'm saying. So I think
if you go into the portal and go more of a youth movement now with all of the seniors that you have and get some guys to build with next year, then next year you go into the portal and grab a couple seniors or a couple players, as opposed to what you're having to do right now and pretty much rebuild your entire roster. I think you have a nice base, but you're having to fill some pretty big holes.
I think when you look at, it's so difficult, I think, because you can see both sides of the coin and potential positives to both sides. I think you need to somehow build for a run next year because you just won 20 plus games and you made it comfortably into the NCAA tournament, didn't win the NCAA tournament game like that was the goal all along, but you figured out a way to get there.
You've got some hype behind
you. So your 6 seniors, they have 4 open scholarships, as we know. 6 seniors on the list are Andrew Morgan, a new enrollee, Raleigh Worcester, who's a new enrollee, and then Aaron Eulis, Rink Mass, Bryce Williams, and Juwan Gary. They have 2 juniors that are Sam Hoiberg and Jeffrey Grace III. Sophomores, they have Henry Burt, who's a forward, Cale Jacobson, and now Gavin Griffiths. And then their 2 true freshmen in Nick Janowski and Braden Frager. So when you look at this roster, it's past the senior class. At this point, you're going to have to replace at least 6 players going into the 2025 season or 2026 season. That's a lot of bodies that you will be forced to replace. You don't have a choice. There's no trying to get them back. There's no trying to persuade them. And then on top of that,
use your 7th year.
And then on top of that, that's a good point, Rico. This next season is going to be the next or final year of the COVID year.
Back to normal.
But if Nick Janowski or Braden Frager or heck Gavin Griffiths have a pretty good year or feel like they can be better utilized somewhere else, you might see some surprises.
Yeah, not great.
So you're looking at a minimum, at least of next year, 6 players. So that's where I would lean towards maybe guys with multiple years of eligibility remaining. Because 6 seniors will still be enough to, hey, you know what? This is leadership. This will show the new guys how to kind of handle things. But also 6 is manageable. 6 is manageable. If you look at this year,
if you do it correctly,
if you look at it this year, Nebraska had to replace 7 guys, 7 out of the portal, potentially 8, if I remember correctly, with guys that graduated and entered the portal. I know for a fact that Nebraska wasn't really expecting or wanting to lose Jamarcus Lawrence, and he ends up going, like we said, closer to home, where he's from, Jersey, and chooses Rhode Island. And so, I mean, like, I know that one's kind of was a surprise for some of Nebraska basketball, but here you have it: 6 seniors on the list, 2 juniors who are both walk-ons, which is fine, and then you have 2 sophomores that are walk-ons. One is Gavin Griffiths, then who's the scholarship player, and then 2 freshmen, and Nick Janowski and Braden Frager. This is going to be filled. We're still relatively early in the process for some of these players. You have, William Kyle, who needs to make a decision. Omaha Ballou is going to visit Nebraska, it sounds like, potentially in the coming months.
Frankie Fiddler's down to his decision.
Yeah, Frankie Fiddler's down to a couple of schools that feature Wisconsin, Creighton, Nebraska, Michigan State, I suppose, after the visit this past weekend. So
Hunter Salas is in the NBA. He entered his name in the NBA draft consideration, but is keeping his college eligibility.
He's a draft pick.
I would think so.
Hunter Salas is a draft pick. Don't forget the way that it works with the NBA as well is that they have a deadline. So it's either you're in or you're out. There's no.
But if he doesn't like where he's projected to be drafted, he'd come back.
Where he projects to be drafted. But to the point is, but you just took a guard. You just took a point guard.
That's true.
And so we know Fred Hoiberg is high on Aaron Eulis. He talked about him during this last season when he was not available to play. Talked about him quite a few times. And so we know the staff maybe likes Aaron Eulis, and now they go out and get Raleigh Worcester, as we mentioned. It feels a lot like maybe Nebraska with Gavin Griffiths is potentially just a little bit of a taller CJ Wilcher at times. Not taller at times, but just potentially plays a similar type of game.
There's certain days he's taller than others.
He can shoot. He can shoot really well. And I think, you play the comparison game, which is a dangerous game to play, but you play that comparison game of, okay, who does so-and-so replace? Is it a smooth, replacement? Does Andrew Morgan perfectly fill in that void that Josiah Alec left? I don't think you can do that. I think that's an unfair game to play because, as you saw, Nebraska 2 years ago needed Derek Walker to be Derek Walker. Well, last year they needed the Rink Mass and Josiah Alec to be those 2 players individually, and that was where they were, and that's how they got some success under their belt. So Nebraska basketball, I think, is going to be in an interesting position. I'm excited to see where they go forward. A couple of intriguing names that maybe Nebraska fans are familiar with, because Omaha Baloo considered the Huskers during his recruitment. William Kyle's a local guy. Also, John Tanji, who went from Colorado State to Missouri, is back into the portal.
That's a guy coming out of Omaha Central that I said was under recruited.
There it is. So he's also in the portal. Haven't heard much about him. As we mentioned, Frankie Fiddler is also a name to obviously keep in mind. I think that one might be a Wisconsin lean, just because of the Chucky Hepburn effect.
Everybody open up your Venmo.
But we'll see what happens. Yeah, I think Nebraska fans could go the Omar Baloo. No, not Baloo. Balo. I'm thinking Omaha Baloo.
Yeah, mixing them.
Balo.
That'd be an interesting
route, and say, all right, we're gonna Venmo you $10 a piece.
If everybody who's a Nebraska basketball fan Venmos $10, that's a lot of dollars.
Well, once like 200 people or 220 people do it,
that's a lot of dollars.
There you go. Or you can just go online. As we had Matt Davison in the studio yesterday morning, 1890 Nebraska.
If everybody
and you can just donate to the sport.
If everybody who fills up PBA donates $1, that's
15,
also
000.
a lot of dollars.
15,000.
I'm just saying, it doesn't take a lot.
It does for guys like Balo.
Okay, well, it takes a lot to get
1.2.
It doesn't take a lot from the fan, from a singular fan, to then add up to a lot.
You're probably right.
There it is.
Once again, 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline. Starter Heyman text line open for you guys the entire show today, as well as the Starter Heyman Jewelers live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Allo Channel 961, all avenues for you to get in touch with the program. You can always follow us on Twitter as well, Nick_Sainert at Radio Rico AC on the X-Sphere. Follow 93.7 The Ticket and all those places as well, and stay up to date with the coverage going on all day, all night, every day, every week here on 93.7 The Ticket. When we return, we'll have Steve Marik of Inside Nebraska joining us over the phone, over the Allo VIP line, as we break down Gavin Griffiths. We'll talk a little Husker hoops of where they go from here, and then also spring ball, as Nebraska a little over a week away from the spring game. But they did have some scrimmages, and Matt Rhule said some interesting things yesterday, so we'll get Steve's thoughts on those when we return on 93.7 The Ticket.
Community means something different to everyone. But for me, it means cheering on those around you during the good times and helping them out during the tough times. I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I've been blessed with the support of my friends, family, coaches, and community throughout my life. When looking for a bank to call home, it was easy to choose Midwest Bank. I never feel like just another customer, and they're proud to support their communities. They love what they do, and it shows. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Hey Nebraska! Register today for the 40th annual Cornhusker State Games, taking place July 11th through the 21st in Lincoln, Omaha, and other Nebraska communities. The Cornhusker State Games features 70 sports for athletes of all ages and abilities. Price increases are approaching, so register early and save. For details, go to cornhuskerstategames.com. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel with Gatorade, brought to you by Pepsi Cola of Lincoln, a proud partner of the Cornhusker State Games.
Spring sports are here, and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Power combo BOGO? Huh?
Yes, if you purchase an air conditioner, you receive a furnace completely free. At John Henry's, our professionals want to ensure you are comfortable in your home all year long, no matter what Nebraska has to throw at us. Call today to schedule your free estimate and learn more about the free furnace waiting for you. Give John Henry's a call today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in April. Try their brand new cake batter cream cheese on any breakfast sandwich. And try the caramel latte, as 10% of proceeds from that drink will go to the Foundation for Lincoln Public Schools. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Homeowners, is your yard in distress? Is your lawn being held hostage by stubborn and unruly weeds? Never fear, lawn lovers. Weedman is here. We'll rescue your lawn and restore its beautiful emerald green glory. The results of our expertly applied program are sure to impress the toughest of critics, your neighbors. Take that, Dale. Vanquish weeds and transform your lawn this year with Weedman Lawn Care. Get 50% off your first application. Go to weedman.com today. Terms and conditions apply. Go to weedman.com today.
It's officially one of the greatest weeks of the year on the sports calendar, Masters Week. Book your tee time today with friends, family, or coworkers at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Doors open at 10 a.m. from Thursday to Sunday, and they'll have food directly from Augusta National, like pimento cheese sandwiches, Georgia pecan caramel popcorn, and lots more. Plus specialty drinks to get you in the mood for the greatest golf tournament in the world. Book a bay today at doubleeagle.golf.
School tells you all about the four seasons: spring, summer, and so on. And then there's a way we really tell what time of year it is. Sports seasons: football season, baseball season, or even off season. Well, what's the chocolate season? Well, it's now, of course. And now, and always. Whether you're looking for a caffeinated pick-me-up on the way to work, a little snack on the way home, or you need the perfect gift that's sure to be appreciated, it's time for the chocolate season, y'all. 40th and Old Cheney, or order ahead at thechocolatseason.com. See you there.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere sprayer during Landmark Implement's Fast Start Early Order program. Leverage the industry's latest technology with See and Spray to target weeds in season in corn and soybeans and use less herbicide per acre. Utilize Exact Apply to save in chemical usage and prevent over-application. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year during Landmark Implement's Fast Start Early Order program. Contact your local Landmark location for full details and experience the Landmark difference.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert.
Herbie the Fourth ate his first solid food today, prompting a response of nothing but steaks all week for the Nebraska offensive line.
Then Enrique Alvarez Clary.
No more peaches and carrots for Herbie the Seventh. Baby food be damned.
Sponsored by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into the Happy Hour 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sander with you as we get ready to bring in Steve Marik of Inside Nebraska. He joins us on the Allo VIP line. VIP line brought to you by Allo Fiber, where they understand the importance of exceptional service with a local heart. Steve,
good afternoon. Are you enjoying the weather?
I actually just got back from a little walk around the block, so yes, I am.
It is. I don't know. Are you like a golfer or a pickleballer or anything like that?
No, I can count on one hand how many times I've been golfing, and that was like for bachelor parties and stuff like that. But no, I enjoy my weather with a nice little walk here.
Okay, well, you're a simple man, I suppose.
Yes.
Let's first start with Nebraska basketball, because it's interesting. They get Raleigh Worcester 2 days ago, and then now yesterday gained the commitment of Gavin Griffiths from the Rutgers Scarlet Knights via the transfer portal. I was talking to Rico in the first segment. Nebraska basketball now with 6 seniors on the roster, and in those 6, the 2 additional ones are Andrew Morgan and Raleigh Worcester. Gavin Griffiths, a sophomore. How do you see this roster shaking out to where in terms of balance with like upperclassmen, underclassmen, building for the long haul, things like that?
Well, right now, currently, it's a very experienced roster with a lot of one-year left guys, 6-year guys with Bryce Williams, Juwan Gary, and then depending on what Rink Mass decides to do. So it's an old team right now and not a lot of youth. But, you mentioned Gavin Griffiths, and that's a really, really important addition to the team, in my opinion, because, one, he was an excellent recruit, and he has so much potential right now. And 2, he's got 3 years of eligibility left. So that's something that you could build around, bring others into the roster with the idea of people like Gavin Griffiths being on the roster, and also Nick Janowski. I keep wanting to mention Nick Janowski because I think that guy's going to be an absolute stud coming in here this summer as a kind of a scorer off the bench, which I think he's going to be immediately as a true freshman. So, there's a lot of experience and a lot of games played on this roster with the old guys returning, and that's exactly what you want in a conference like the Big Ten. So that's really, really, really important. And you obviously want to see a little bit more youth be added to the roster, just so you can, you like to have those young guys just so you can try to retain them in the program and kind of build off of the foundation that they start with. So, there's 4 open scholarships left for Fred to use to build this thing for next season. And I'm sure that's going to be something that they're going to be targeting in the portal is, guys with multiple years of eligibility left as well. But, at the same time, the way college athletics is right now, it's kind of important to be old and stay old. And it's going to just be a revolving door of guys every single season. And that's kind of how it's going to be.
I'm interested with Rink Mass, because that conversation has, evolved over the last couple of weeks, I think. Excuse me. Where do you think Rink Mass is going to do? I think because it's so interesting because the NIL is here, but the offer overseas is there as well.
And I guess his body, like what type of shape is that knee in? Right. So, he's got multiple things to think about. And right now, my gut, if you want me to guess, no inside information here, just based off what the team has done and attacked in the portal, it might seem that Rink might be moving on for the program and playing professionally overseas. That's kind of where my gut is right now. When you look at the additions like Andrew Morgan coming in, he's, he looks a lot. He has a similar game to Rink Mask, and he's got 1 year left. So, it's something that Rink is going to have to announce whenever he announces. But yeah, just looking at the portal and how the roster is kind of shaping up and the moves that have been made, it kind of seems to me like Rink might be moving on. But we'll wait and see. Could be wrong, could be right. Who knows?
Yeah, I think. Then you look at that. That's 5 then that Nebraska would have to fill, and they'll be able to fill it. It's just also without pivoting so far away from what was this really successful season, one of the most successful regular seasons in Nebraska basketball history. It'd be kind of disappointing to look back and go, man, unable to, keep some of the guys that were a key cog in everything that happened.
Yeah. And each guy's story is different, of course. Some guys after 5 years, they just want to move on with their lives, and that's totally understandable. But, like you said, with college athletics these days and Nebraska's growing NIL, collective, I think that, convincing older guys like that to stay around. That's going to become more common, and it already is common in the game right now. But yeah, it's just kind of a wait and see game, and I don't think there's any rush to fill out the rest of these 4 scholarship spots at all. I mean, it's a long off season. Nebraska's added guys late before, and it's turned out well for them. So, I don't think it's a major deal right now that, they have 4 spots left, because a lot of programs have multiple spots open right now. It's just a, kind of a learning experience right now with how hectic the portal is right now, how crazy NIL is making things. So, yeah, I mean, it's a journey for sure, but one that I don't think Nebraska needs to be in any rush to kind of end.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. Once again, we're joined by Steve Marik of Inside Nebraska, the rival site for the Huskers. All right, Steve, let's transition over to football, because we are just a little over a week from the spring game next Saturday, the 27th, 11 a.m. kick for that one. Matt Rhule said a lot of interesting things yesterday. I want to start first with the the wide receivers specifically, and we heard from Garrett McGuire as well and Isaiah Nayor yesterday. What kind of outlook do you have on the wide receiver room this year? Because I would be interested to see kind of Jamal Banks. We know the type of wide receiver we're expecting from him. However, when you look at Jamal Banks, he might not be the same type of outlook as a Billy Kemp or Samari Toure or Trey Palmer, but we know Nebraska's had a lot of success recently with those transfer wide receivers.
In the program, just from what he brings off the field and on the field. Off the field, he's clearly a leader. I mean, you kind of gain that almost immediately when you talk to him over the phone, like I did after he committed. I mean, just the words he uses, how the passion that he speaks with. I mean, it's pretty obvious that guy is a leader of men, and it's going to be a very good thing that he is at Nebraska, and especially in that receiver room that is really, really young, full of talented kids, of course, but light on experience. So having Jamal Banks in there is kind of a big-bodied guy too, like 6'4", 205. Nebraska hasn't had a lot of those guys come through here recently, and from the very, very brief glimpses that we've got in person, to kind of look at those open practice sessions with the media, Banks was using his size and his frame very well, in my opinion. He was running a lot of hitches, a lot of in breaking routes, and just kind of boxing out the smaller defenders, the smaller safeties and corners that were assigned to him. It was really fun to watch just how in control he is of his body. And the passes didn't need to be right on target, because, with his wingspan and his arms and his ability to adjust in the air, I mean, it was pretty cool watching him jump in and snatch balls out of the air like a cat. It was really, really cool. Isaiah Nayor is another one that I'm really, really interested in. I'm just kind of wondering about which Isaiah Nayor Nebraska is going to get. Yeah. For my fellow Mountain West night owl guys out there, he was really, really fun to watch at Wyoming, carrying up Mountain West defenses. But then, he had that kind of dip in production at Texas. He had the ACL injury. A source from Texas that I talked with after Isaiah Nayor committed to Nebraska, he said that, last year he was completely fine. He was completely healthy. He just got, wasn't good enough to crack the lineup at a place like Texas, which we all know has a lot of talented guys. So, I don't think it's that big of a deal that he didn't play at all at Texas. Some guys just need a change of scenery and opportunity, and he's absolutely going to get that right now. But man, seeing Isaiah Nayor in person, the arm length with that guy, I mean, it's crazy. He was kind of known as a blow the top off the defense kind of guy at Wyoming, just running past defenses, defensive backs, and it was really, really kind of cool to watch. So, and again, in our limited interactions, watching him at practice, he was doing the same things he was showing at Wyoming. He was running by safeties and corners. So, that you always wonder about the transition from the group of 5 defenses to playing against Big Ten defenses. And that's something that he'll have to show that he's up for, of course. But, as of right now, I don't know, listening to him talk and everything, I think Isaiah Nayor is kind of a dark horse in that receiver room. Jamal Banks, I think, is kind of almost like a given, almost that he's going to be pretty solid. I kind of hesitate saying that because you never know. But I feel really confident in Jamal Banks. But Isaiah Nayor is the one the kind of wild card that I'm not quite sure in. But, if Nebraska gets a good version of Isaiah Nayor, more of like the Wyoming version, that's really, really good news.
Yeah, the wide receiver room is really interesting because you have the growth or the expected growth of guys like maybe Jalen Lloyd and Malachi Coleman, and you bring in Nebraska just as a program, their history with transfer wide receivers. I understand it's a different staff, but with you had Samori Toure from the FCS, Trey Palmer from LSU. One of those guys was more proven than the other. Both of them ended up getting drafted because of what they did at Nebraska. Billy Kemp was just kind of banged up and didn't really get fully going, I think, at Nebraska last year, and that's not necessarily all on Billy Kemp. So it'd be interesting to see with the wide receiver room going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And you brought up a good point with those young guys. There's a host of them that we just kind of want to see in action. The Jaden Dosses, Jalen Lloyds. Jalen Lloyd, I think, has worked a little bit on his body. I mean, he's still kind of small out there. He always will be. But he plays so much bigger than his stature and frame. I mean, again, at those open practices that we saw, Dylan Raiola looked like he was really kind of creating a nice chemistry with all the targets that we saw him throwing Jalen Lloyd. And, Jaden Doss can do a lot of different things. Malachi Coleman got a nice shout out from Garrett McGuire, about his not his catching ability. We all know that, Malachi can go up and get the ball if he wants it, but it's the blocking. And that was really cool to hear Garrett McGuire say that Malachi Coleman brings that blocking edge to the room, because at 6'4", a little under 200 pounds, I mean, he's got an excellent body to work with. And, once he locks hands on those smaller corners and safeties, I mean, they're not going to get out. So that can be really helpful and really, it's something you saw flashes of last year, which I thought was really cool for him being a true freshman, and kind of told me that he's about that life. So it's really an exciting room altogether. And again, we haven't even mentioned Ja'Cory Barney yet. And that guy might be the most exciting of them all, with how smooth of an athlete he is and how he contorts his body in the air, similar to Jamal Banks. So, a lot of good things to work with, a lot of inexperience. But I think these quarterbacks, they have tools to work with. They have athletes to throw to.
All right, Steve, appreciate it as always, man. Good stuff. We will talk to you next Wednesday. Appreciate the time as always.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys, for having me.
There he is, Steve Marik of Inside Nebraska. Apologize. Looks like we had maybe some technical difficulties, so I apologize. We'll make sure we get the audio and we'll post that later, so that way if you did want to hear that conversation. So apologies there with the audio and being able to hear Steve, not being able to hear Steve. We'll make sure we get that posted. Let's go ahead and take our final timeout. When we come back, Eric Strickland, Austin Norman, join Rico and myself as we close out the happy hour on a Wednesday. We can get you ready for On the Block with Strick and Austin when we return on 93.7 The Ticket.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Hey, Husker Nation, Matt Davison here with 1890. It's an exciting time to be a Husker fan, and to keep that momentum going, we need your help. Nebraska has always been a leader in college athletics, and we're doing the same through name, image, and likeness. NIL is a unique opportunity for every Husker fan to have a direct impact on the success of our programs. Through 1890, 100% of your contribution goes to the student athletes. So go to 1890nebraska.com, choose your sport, become a member, and help the Huskers recruit and retain the best. Go Big Red.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
If the week's been too hectic to even think about dinner, or your family can't handle one more night of leftovers, then it's time to let Hog Wild do the cooking. Hog Wild's family packs are one heck of a good deal for a complete barbecue meal loaded with all the smoked meats, tasty sides, buns, and sauces you need to feed your family. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
The need in our community
if you just look at the numbers, it's frightening. We're serving over 1,000 kids every day. With the passion of our people, I really feel like our potential to be of even greater service to kids and families who are struggling is just unlimited. But in order to have the greatest impact, we need all the help we can get from the community.
NEBCO is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. NEBCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEBCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
This is Coach Bill Bush. You all know my passion for Nebraska. Having coached all over the country, I can honestly say there is no place like Nebraska. You know where there's also no place like? Midwest Bank. Midwest Bank has proudly served Nebraska for over 70 years, and they're located in 9 different communities. Midwest Bank is ready, willing, and able to meet all your personal, business, and agriculture needs. Your community, your bank, and mine, Midwest Bank. Find out more at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
Your business runs like a well-oiled machine. It's important that your actual machines do too. Stern is here to make sure you don't have to worry about that. They provide solutions for heavy equipment and automotive fuels, lubricants, and equipment guard options. And with Stern's commitment to customer service for the past 40 years, you know you have a partner to help support your operations for years to come. Contact Roger at Stern Company by calling 1-800-477-2744 or visit them online at stern.co. Stern Company, where problems meet solvers.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations. Guess what?
What?
There's 5 Lincoln locations now. Oh my gosh. That's 25% more Lincoln locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11th, located right alongside 93.7 The Ticket Studios, 1040 O Street.
Hey guys, it's Bill Bush. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty has opened a new location in Pender, Nebraska, in addition to their office in Lincoln. The real estate world can be confusing, so why wouldn't you want an expert helping you every step of the way? If you're looking to buy or sell farmland in Nebraska, Kansas, or Iowa, give Ethan Sorensen a call today at 402-380-0432 or visit them online at nextagrealestate.com. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty with locations in Lincoln and now Pender, Nebraska.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert.
A gorilla bear versus polar bear. A what bear versus a what bear?
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
A gorilla bear versus a polar bear. Polar bear. One more time. Gorilla versus a polar bear.
Sponsored by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Once again, thanks to Steve for joining on the Allo VIP line. By the way, VIP line, we appreciate Allo Fiber for all their support. Allo Fiber, where they understand the importance of exceptional service with a local heart. If you don't have Allo, then what are you doing? What are you doing?
What are you doing,
Get some Allo Fiber. Get some fiber. Allo Fiber. All right.
You need fiber because you need to use the restrooms.
Thank you, Strick.
You say regular.
Get some Allo Fiber in your diet.
In your diet. Yeah.
Thank you.
It helps you.
As you can hear, Eric Strickland to my right,
Austin Norman to my left. Gentlemen, hello.
What up? What up?
How's it going?
Good. Man.
We watched NBA play-in games last night.
Garbo on the west side for me.
Okay.
But I'm looking forward to the east side.
Tricky, did you see LeBron James flex his greatness?
Tricky, what's wrong?
Yeah. A 15 free throw differential in their favor in a 4-point game. Yeah. Yeah, great. Yeah, greatness from and you know, you want to know, let me tell you something.
Here we go.
What referee was in that game?
Was it Tony Brothers?
Nope.
Joey. No, Joey's gone.
Jeffrey Anderson.
Heinies.
You know he's a super veteran.
Tim Donaghy?
Basically, a spiritual version.
That is.
But
assuming
which one? The one that everybody hates. What's his name again? I forgot. Even I forgot. And nobody likes him.
NBA ref everybody hates.
It's funny because something's gonna pop up.
Yep. Tony Scott Foster.
Scott Foster. There it is. Yep.
There he is.
Good call.
He popped up when I saw him in the game.
This is
I already
hilarious.
knew what it was going to be.
Hold on. NBA.
I already knew.
This is the first thing. This is the first thing that pops up. NBA players poll. Annual poll by The Athletic revealed interesting details about what NBA players think, from the most underrated to most hated, from the worst fans to the player they'd least like to fight. 108 different NBA players gave their opinions. As a bonus question, the players were asked what the biggest issue facing the NBA currently is.
Scott Foster.
More than a quarter of all respondents, 25.8%,
Watch WTF.
specifically answered that officiating is the most significant problem. Here, I gotta find it.
It's unbelievable.
I'm just saying, undefeated in playing games.
Let's see. Ref accountability
Who
is
else
the
can say
thing
that?
right now.
Let's listen to him. Yeah, mute Rico and let's listen to everything
Who else can
that
say
Nick the Quick is talking about.
3-0 in playing games?
Here we go. Asked to name the worst NBA referee, the players, all 108 of them, said Scott Foster.
Facts.
Dang.
So there
That's
you have it.
108.
All 108 said Scott Foster.
Hey,
It's actually pretty impressive when you think about it.
Yeah.
You can't even get an answer like that on Family Feud.
Unity.
When I saw he was in the game, I said, "Oh, it's trouble for the poor Pelicans."
Well, and Zion dropped 40.
Yeah,
But-
in 36 minutes.
Yeah.
But
You saw that Scott Foster
even
was in
if
it and you
all
said,
he gave,
CP3's going to lose.
And then Scott Foster got in his ring
Right.
and made him pull his hamstring.
yeah, stuck his leg out right when he came down. Yeah,
Whoopsies. My bad.
it's unbelievable.
Didn't see you.
LeBron,
but
I got you.
But I didn't. We don't see nothing. See no evil. Hear no evil.
3-0 in
Speak no
playing
evil.
games. LeBron James.
Who went 23-9 last night? LeBron.
Greatness personified.
Listen, LeBron is on lockdown. Zion had him on Liz Naive. Even freaking Alvarado was hanging with him.
Yeah, that's true.
Grand Theft Alvarado.
So miss me with that. Boy, let me tell you.
I'm gonna start saying skip
The
me.
minute when I see him doing
Skip
all
me with
that foolishness, I'm like, ooh, I would have loved to just, because you're not moving me like that, my boy. Everybody kowtows when he starts barreling in. Nah, bro. I'm gonna get a foul before I'm moving.
Okay.
You ain't just gonna Debo me. No,
Right.
that ain't working. I don't play that.
So
Homie don't play that.
You more excited for this eastern side of the play?
Yeah, man.
I'm excited for the 8:30
Yeah,
tip.
man. Let's go. Miami and who else?
Philly.
Yes.
Miami and Philly at 6. Hawks and Bulls at 8:30.
Rolling. Who you rolling with? I'm rolling Bulls. I'm rolling Philly.
My man.
I'm
DeMar
rolling
DeRozan.
Bulls and Philly.
So then the Bulls have to play the Heat.
It's fine with me.
I like it.
Rico,
I like
who you
Jimmy
got?
Butler. I want the
Who you
perm.
got?
I want perm Jimmy
Philly.
Butler to show up.
Like Philly's going to beat Miami.
But the other game.
Yeah,
the other game. Sorry, Nick.
both teams are terrible.
Oh, that's crazy.
I guess I'll go with the Bulls.
Yeah, you will.
Ice Trey shows up.
Oh, come on.
Ice Trey.
On the road.
Trey Young on the road.
Because he
In the
slided.
Windy City.
Because he
Wait.
slided from the NBA.
Yep.
What type of
From the,
performance is Trey
what
Young
is it
going to have?
called?
Bleep Trey Young.
Team
USA team.
Yeah.
D'Angelo Russell, who was really good last night, or Klay Thompson, who was really bad last night.
Ice Trey shows up like
0 for 10.
Ice
Klay
Trey
Thompson
shows
is what's probably going to be his final game
It's
in a
over
Golden
with.
State uniform.
It's a wrap.
Went 0 for 10 from the field, 0 for 6 from 3.
Ooh, it's over.
It's hard to see. It's hard to see one of your favorite players age so quickly like that.
It's a wrap. Unfortunately, the dynasty of Golden State Warriors is over with.
It's over.
So basically, you're stuck with Draymond for the next 3 years. You got a decision in the next couple with Steph. I think it's rebuild time.
Is Steph a lifer? Now. Is Steph a lifer?
I think so. I think he's a lifetime Golden Stater at this point. I think so.
But I never thought about that.
But we need to have a discussion.
Steph Curry in a different uniform.
Because I'm not paying you that kind of money.
Weird.
Steph's still that guy, though.
I'm not rolling.
Steph ain't the problem.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But I don't like Does Steph have the game, though, to continue at that pace as an elderly statesman? Like, he's not like LeBron, where he has physicality to attack the basket, but he is a stroker. He is a shooter.
Right.
But they didn't pay Ray Allen like that when he was old.
They did not, but I also think Steph is a better distributor than Ray Allen. I think Steph does more in the pick and roll. I think the role players need to step up around Steph, because if they're going to keep hard hedging and keep pushing him away, and keep the ball out of his hands, those guys on Golden State have to be able to play 4-on-4. Draymond has to find a way to get downhill. Podziemski has to take a step up. Trace Jackson-Davis was a no-show. He was not good.
Golden State has drafted horribly.
No, Jackson-Davis has been good. Podziemski has been good.
They got him in the second
They're
round,
just young. So I still think Steph can be that guy, because if he's your caretaker point guard spacing from 30 feet, this is an NBA predicated on space.
Yeah,
Steph's still valuable.
They thought that about CP3.
Well, they were wrong, weren't they?
So I think you're wrong.
Yeah,
about
but
Steph.
CP's never been that
We're gonna
kind
fight.
of CP's never been that kind
What
of
did I do?
Me and you are boxing.
I'm sorry, Rico. What did you say?
CP's never been that kind of a shooter.
Tyson
though.
Paul?
So I'm just saying.
Yeah. What do you say, Strick?
You're saying he can't shoot?
I didn't say that he can't shoot. He's never been a Steph Curry shooter. So the spacing that he'll be able to create,
mid-range king.
So the spacing that Steph will be able to create
After
will
Michael
allow
Jordan.
him to do what Austin is talking
What
about.
is Chris Paul's career 3-point percentage?
34.
I'm going to say lower.
34? Lower, Rico?
31.
Let's go with a hard in between 32 and a half.
31.7.
36.9.
Woo, Stricky! Way to go, Stricky!
37% this year, 87% free throw shooter for his career.
See? You guys sleep on Chris Paul. And you over here talking like you
Chris
knew
Paul's
something.
the point guard.
You better watch out.
I'm a Chris Paul guy here, Strick.
Yeah, but okay.
He's better than LeBron.
36% 3-point shooter. But what's happening right now? What is happening right now? But he doesn't shoot as
I
a man.
just wanted Nick to look like that and Rico to be like, what's happening right now? Bruh.
Does it surprise you that Chris Paul has played for as many teams as he has? Like, he's kind of a journeyman at this point, but is he good enough to get traded so much, or is he bad enough to get traded so much? Is it the contract?
Is he a career loser?
Yes.
That's not even a question.
Yeah. Which sucks, but
he's not
yes.
as bad
CP3
as-
is the CJ Stroud of the
I
NBA.
knew he was gonna freaking say that, bro. I knew he was gonna say that, bro. That's why I was about to say
Also a
he's-
career
he's
loser,
not
RJ
that.
Davis, but and Armando Baycott. So,
Right.
Yeah,
That's a
career
fact.
losers.
Yep.
true.
Yep.
You're only saying that because you're a dude.
So is Filipkowski.
Tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
If it was anybody other
Baycott
than
and Davis
Duke,
played
if it was
2.5
anybody
times over
other
a year.
than
Yeah.
North Carolina, you wouldn't be saying that right
I would say that
now. Whoever else was on the team.
trying to think.
You
Yeah,
can't
Harrison
say
Ingram,
Antoine,
Cormac
you can't
Ryan.
say Antoine and Jameson and they used to get in y'all draws.
Zion Williamson,
Pause.
career loser.
Hard
Pause.
And Carter
even come from? Time out.
Stackhouse.
Hold on.
Hunter
and all of
Dickinson,
them.
career loser.
Where does that even come from?
Career loser.
What-
Hunter Dickinson.
Yeah,
What is?
he's
what-
just a loser, and he's a career
It's
loser.
just.
Where's
it's
your
just-
thought process? Why can't you just say they used to, beat the brakes off of you guys?
I don't know where that came from.
Why you got to bring in draws? I mean,
Make it personal that way.
Hey,
I don't know,
That-
man.
Strick.
I
even
think
with
sometimes
even with the pause, that one
was
was
us?
that one
a
was
little,
tough.
yeah, a little
That
questionable.
That one was
A little
tough.
questionable.
Oh man, I mean,
That's gonna be one I
Zach
play
Edey,
back
career
for you.
loser.
it's wild out wins.
That's
man.
true.
It's
Zach
wild
Edey.
out wins.
That's true.
Zach Edey, career loser.
Oh, this is fun. This is a
No, I
fun
don't like
game.
that.
This is a fun
Can we just
game.
start naming people who are career losers who are wildly more successful than us?
Nick saying a career loser.
Dang.
Okay, cool. Cool. Let's see.
Stricky, career loser.
An IT champion.
Ah,
That's a championship.
yeah,
Not a career
yeah,
loser.
yeah.
You just need
Yeah.
one to
Yeah,
now
Big
be.
A.
And there you go.
There it is.
That's all you need.
Yeah, cool.
Give me a baseball career loser.
Eric Strickland, the career loser in baseball.
No,
in
Ken
baseball.
Griffey Jr.
Oh,
And I love the kid.
He's not wrong. Hold on. He's not wrong. Okay, this could be fun. He's not fun.
Nolan Ryan.
Joey Votto.
Nolan Ryan.
Oh yeah, Joey Votto.
Joey Votto.
Mm-hmm.
Nolan Ryan.
Yeah. Nolan Ryan never won a Cy Young.
Yeah, the
Things we learned during the Immaculate Grid last summer.
Double career loser.
We did learn that during Immaculate Grid. What
that
about
would hurt.
We need an ace update at some point, by the way.
Oh, we do it every
we
Monday.
do it on Mondays.
We do it
John
every
Kruk.
Monday.
John Kruk, career loser.
Okay.
Interesting.
1975.
Fernando Valenzuela.
Only Babe Ruth. Strick, do you remember that guy?
Hey, I had from
John
learning.
Smoltz.
Oh,
John
no,
Smoltz.
negative. You can never say him.
What about Tim Hudson?
Tim Hudson is not on John Smoltz's level, but okay.
Give us 402
Drew.
5685.
JD Drew.
Give us
Football.
Hall of
Okay,
Famers that are
football.
Dan
career
Marino.
Career.
Dan Marino. I like
Hold
it.
on. Career winner in baseball. Ben Zobrist.
Ted Zobrist.
How about going
Will
from
Will Smith.
Going from the
Will
Kansas,
Smith.
Yes, going from the Kansas City Royals where he won a national championship,
Whoa.
World Series. I was going to say Super Bowl, then I was
Will
going to say
Smith's a
national
career
championship.
loser. Wild Wild West movies flop.
Not the
I'm
actor.
just messing with
Not
you.
the
It was a
actor.
joke.
Keep
First off,
his name out your mouth.
First off.
It was a joke.
How
I
dare
love
you?
those movies.
How dare you
Wild Wild
compare?
West.
I love that movie.
How dare you compare Will Smith to Will Smith?
They're nothing alike.
That is my go-to karaoke song as well. Okay, watch your mouth.
It is.
Video proof. Video proof.
Wait, better baseball player, Will Smith or Will Smith?
Oh, Will Smith.
Better basketball player, Will Smith or Will Smith?
Well, Will Smith.
Ooh.
Obviously.
You guys are killing me right now. I like this game.
Okay. Career loser NFL.
Dan
Marino.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen.
Oh, tough. Yeah.
Lamar
Oh,
Jackson.
Kelly.
Jim Kelly.
Jim Kelly.
That's a
Jim Kelly.
Jay
It's
Ford, I hope
unfortunate.
you're listening right now.
It's unfortunate.
Who
else?
But you gotta be careful. If they won in college, not a career loser.
Tony Romo.
Oh, yes.
Career loser.
Yes. Dak Prescott. Yes. What's his name?
Your boy.
Your boy, Atlanta.
Your boy.
What about
Atlanta?
Michael Cousins?
No.
Michael Vick.
No.
Marcus Mariota.
Your
No,
boy.
they,
It's your boy.
No. He was
Matt.
Matt Ryan.
Ryan. Career loser.
Kirk Cousins?
He's in there. Him and Matt. I always thought
He
him and
gets
Matt
paid
Ryan
though,
were
so
the
he makes
same.
him a winner.
No, it's
He
championships.
did win in that forum. Is he like the
agent,
biggest
man.
stealer of on?
Yeah,
he stole.
Doesn't matter about your contract, just championships.
Just steal. Just take it. Just go into the NFL vault and just walk out.
Okay,
without checking out. Just take all the cash and walk out. That's Kirk Cousins.
Again,
Kyle Shanahan.
Tough.
That's hard.
Tough.
Dang.
But true.
It's too bad.
Again, hold on. All of these people wildly more successful than us and amazing in what they
Correct.
do.
Someone says Karl Malone on the basketball side.
Ooh.
But Karl got one with the Lakers, didn't he? He did get one.
No, even that team they put together.
Super team.
That's right. They did do it. Right.
Still
Kirk
couldn't do it. Dang.
I love Kirk.
Yeah, poor Kirk. Why are you jumping on him?
I like Kirk a lot.
Your guy that just
a
retired.
sharpshooter from beyond the arc.
Blake Griffin.
Blake Griffin.
Blake Griffin.
Somebody on the
No,
text
he
line-
won. He won the dunk contest, didn't he?
He did.
He did. He jumped over the front
Yeah,
of
the
the
Kia. Yeah.
Somebody on the text line 6279 says, I wouldn't consider Joey Votto a career loser. In high school, he threw a no-hitter and took Greg Maddox's daughter to the prom on the same day.
Yeah, well, if I told you all the success I had in high school, you wouldn't call me a career loser
But
either.
6279, did Joey Votto win a state championship? I don't think so. I actually don't know.
Joey Votto.
Never won the World Series.
Yeah. I mean, we could just throw random questions out, but we're not going to do that. What's coming up on the show today, guys?
Yeah, guys.
We will talk about Gavin Griffiths.
Yeah.
In that edition, we will talk some Husker baseball, especially the bullpen with Evan Bland. It is not good.
It's a bugaboo
recently. It really
gosh.
is. So that's got to get turned around.
Ugly.
And then for 3-on-3, I like our list of topics today. We'll go over Jonte Porter's lifetime ban, the proposed Super League divisions, and Shedeur and Shiloh Sanders doing recruiting for their dad.
Yeah,
on Instagram.
I'm sure the most fascinating thing about the Jonte Porter thing was that he explicitly told a bettor, that hey, I'm hurt. Put some money on me.
Mm-hmm.
Confidential health. can't tell people.
Yeah.
And then
He did.
we started this conversation with the NBA and the Warriors. Who is most responsible for the Warriors dynasty?
Okay, there you go. Is it Bob Myers?
We'll see.
We'll see.
LeBron James.
Hey, Chris Paul did finally find out how to beat the Warriors in the playoffs.
Airplane hand.
Don't play him.
Airplane hand palm to the face.
Stricky loves LeBron. You can tell by our social media posts and his reaction on the block next.
Yes.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career, or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Hey, Husker Nation, Matt Davison here with 1890. It's an exciting time to be a Husker fan, and to keep that momentum going, we need your help. Nebraska has always been a leader in college athletics, and we're doing the same through name, image, and likeness. NIL is a unique opportunity for every Husker fan to have a direct